Welcome to another Sweet Thursday. We're going to make a lemon blueberry loaf. Last month when I was in North Carolina, CJ, my son, and Amanda, my daughter, and I went and picked some blueberries. I got them processed. They're in the freezer. I put them in 2-cup increments. We're going to use one of those packs of blueberries. I stopped by the store and picked up some fresh lemons, and now we're going to go ahead and get started. This recipe has a crumble topping, the lemon blueberry loaf, and it also has a lemon icing. So we need a lot of lemons. I'm going to go ahead and zest all the peels off of the lemons. Plus I'm going to go ahead and just juice them all, because if I have any left over, there's another recipe I want to make with the lemons. So let's go ahead and get zesting on the lemons and get those juiced. Then we'll move on to the next step. We want to go ahead and take these little stickers off and give these a good wash to make sure they're clean before we go any further. Now I'm going to take the small part of the grater and just grate the peel, the yellow part. I don't want to get to the white part or the pith, because that's going to make it really bitter. So you want to constantly keep your lemons moving when you're doing this step. And just when you start getting to the white, that's when you want to stop. So we have 3 lemon zest. Now I want to go ahead and juice them. So I'm going to cut them in half. And I'm just going to sit here and juice them and remove all the seeds. Okay, we have been zest and juiced 3 lemons. So the first thing we need to do is melt 2 tablespoons of butter with 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, and a pinch of salt. That is for the crumb topping. So let me go ahead and pop this in the microwave and get that melted. So that's our sort of melted butter. And the sugar. Flour. And salt. Once everything is mixed together, we're just going to place this in the refrigerator until we're ready for it. So now we're going to go ahead and start working on the lemon blueberry loaf. We need a cup of sugar. So we need 2 tablespoons of our lemon zest. Flour, we need 1.5 cups. A teaspoon of baking powder. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We need 3/4 cups of butter, so that's 1.5 sticks. I did cut them up in little cubes. I'm just going to mix that with my fingers. Make sure we break that butter up in here. And the butter and the eggs and the milk is actually room temperature. I really need to invest in a pastry knife. And let me go wash my hands really quick. We need 1/4 cup of milk. 3 eggs. A teaspoon of vanilla. 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And now we're just going to incorporate the wet and the dry together. You can use a hand mixer, you can use a stand mixer. I just wanted to do this by hand, just with a spatula, a bowl, mix everything together. Okay, I'm going to set that aside for a second. Clean up my mess just a bit. Now we need to get our pan ready. So this is one of my bread pans. It's a straight edge and not like the loaf pans you get at the grocery store. I have some coconut oil and it's melted, but that's okay. I do want to get everything a good wipe with the coconut oil. Sides, bottom, make sure we get those corners. That is good. And I have a piece of parchment paper that I've already fitted into this pan. I want to clip the sides down just so they stay out of my way. And now we're ready for the blueberries. So this is 2 cups of blueberries that I picked, processed, and put them in increments of 2 cups. We only need 1.5 cups. That looks good. Mix that in. And if you were using fresh blueberries, just coat them with a little bit of flour. That way they're not sticking together. But mine are frozen, so it'll be okay. Now we're going to pour this into our prepared loaf pan. Spread that out just a bit. Then we're going to add the remainder blueberries right on top. Move those around so there's blueberries all over. Look at that, family. Isn't it gorgeous? And now we have our chilled crumb topping. We're going to take it and just break it right on the top. Make sure we get it all over the place. Get in all the little corners. Beautiful. Take our clips off. I have the lemon blueberry loaf pan on top parchment paper lined baking sheet. Oven's preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to bake this for about 50 minutes to an hour. We need to check the center with a toothpick to make sure it's done and that toothpick comes out clean. I'll see you in about 50 minutes to an hour. And that'd be a perfect amount of time for me to clean up and put everything away. See if I have enough ingredients to make that second dessert. Until then, let me wash dishes. Now I'm not sure, but it actually took longer to cook the lemon blueberry loaf cake. I had a toothpick here. There it is. So I had the timer set for the initial 50 minutes. It was nowhere near done. So I extended it for another 10 minutes. And again, it wasn't done. So I just turned the timer off, left it in the 350-degree oven, and it cooked for an additional 45 minutes. So that was an hour and 45 minutes. Not sure it's because the type of pan I cooked. Was it because I didn't do this in the stand mixer or with the hand mixer that I just did it by hand? I'm not sure. But when we put the toothpick in, it comes out clean, except for the blueberries. But family, it is beautiful. I want this cake to cool off completely before we remove it from this pan. So we're just going to leave it here for about an hour or so. The husband and I have to go run some errands. We're just going to leave this right here and let it cool, go do our errands. When we come back, we're going to make a delicious lemon glaze to go over top of this. I'll see you in about an hour or so. So we came home from running errands. Now we're going to go ahead and take our cooled lemon blueberry loaf cake out of the pan. So I just have a pastry spatula and I'm just running it on the front and back end where there's no parchment paper. Using the parchment paper as a sling, we're picking that up. I want to make a simple icing, so I have a half a cup of powdered sugar. We're going to add a half a tablespoon of lemon juice and a half a tablespoon of heavy cream. Mix that together. And if it's too thick, just add a little bit more heavy cream. If it's too thin, just add some more powdered sugar. But that turned out perfect. Just want to give it a little drizzle. And now we're done. Let's go ahead and take a slice. A serrated knife would be perfect for this. Look at all those delicious blueberries. It looks super moist. You can smell the lemons. It's not too tart. It's not over sweet. It is perfect. You taste the lemons, you taste the blueberries. It's, wow, family, that's it. Wow, that is so good. I'm very happy with that. With a cup of coffee, perfect. So I just want to say thank you for hanging out on Sweet Thursday. We made a lemon blueberry loaf cake. So delicious. Awesome. I have about a half a cup of lemon juice. It's not enough to do what I want to do with some lemons. Maybe we'll get to that before next week. If you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up. If you don't mind, please subscribe. I would love to have you part of the Grammy family. We took ingredients we had in the house, lemons, some frozen blueberries, sugar, butter, flour, all the things, and made a delicious homemade lemon blueberry loaf cake. If you need to take a dessert somewhere, having a family gathering or something, you need to make this. Now, it did take almost twice as long to bake mine, but I don't know if it's because of the pan I used or my oven. I'm not really sure. But it says 50 minutes up to an hour. Ours took an hour and 45 minutes. But that's okay. It's still delicious. Until next time, you have a blessed day. So beautiful. Ooh, hold on. There's one fly in here driving me crazy. Olive oil. No, I don't. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not.